If this is your first time here, nice to meet you. I'm Chrissy. This is Barefoot in the Garden. And today I just wanted to share my purple sweet potato harvest with you guys. Before growing these sweet potatoes or yams, I don't really know the difference. Y'all drop it down in the comment section. I did not know how prolific the vines are and how beautiful the flowers are. They put on all summer long. They've trellised up every inch that they could. They grew and they were so lush and they were so beautiful. And surprisingly, they gave me a lot of sweet potatoes. I was very, very pleased with this harvest. I started off with 15 to 20 slips and I just planted them in a 5x5 raised in-ground bed, and I used bag soil and bagged compost for this bed. It was the Kellogg's raised bed and potting mix, and I also used the Black Cow aged cow manure as the compost. And of course, here on the homestead, I always like to go the route of what I make here on the homestead, we use here on the homestead. In this instance, I was in a big rush to get these sweet potato slips planted, the perfect time that I opted to use the best stuff that I can get my hands on. We had so much rain going on in late spring through early summer that I rarely watered this small bed. I just let the rainwater do its thing. When I realized that the foliage was looking really, really weak, I did go in a few times throughout their maturity state to water them. And these vines that have grown over this area are so strong and resilient. I was having a little bit of a hard time pulling them up before I can dig into the ground. I noticed that since the soil and the compost that I added was really rich, really fine, that the potatoes were able to grow more in a round shape. You know, sometimes when your mix or your soil is really dense, the vegetables don't have the adequate fluffiness in the mixture to kind of form that perfect round bulb or tuber. But in this case, it worked out really well. As you can see, we have really round sweet potatoes. This growing experience was such a good one for me because starting the slips off of the sweet potatoes is super easy. If you guys don't know how to start your own sweet potato slips at home, I do have a video for that. Just search through my videos on my page and you're sure to come upon it. It was just such an easy process from jump. You start the slips, like I said, which is super easy. You plant the slips, and you barely even have to water if you have a good amount of rain in your area, and you will get a good harvest off of those slips. I almost guarantee that you will get sweet potatoes off of any slips that you plant. It just seems like this particular vine just wants to provide, and it wants to provide in a plentiful way. After every harvest, I like to reflect to see where I can improve, to see where I went great, what were the triumphant moments of growing this particular vegetable at that particular time of the year. And there are some things that I will like to tweak for next growing season. I'll probably do a deeper, richer, fuller bed, maybe plant more slips in that area and change up the composition of the soil into which the potatoes will grow in. I decided not to do a fall and winter garden this year, and to in turn take the time that I would have put into starting seeds and potting up seedlings, planting those seedlings, fertilizing and harvesting, into improving on what we already have going on in the garden, straightening up the expanded areas, installing a new greenhouse, and just enriching the soil so that when we do plant our spring garden in 2022, that we have amazing harvest to look forward to. And as always, y'all, thanks so much for spending a little bit of time with me today. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Keep growing your own food, guys. Keep loving life, and grand rising to all. Anna, what are you doing? I got a picture. Huh? Say cheese. Say I'm a goddess.